Hello, fellow wanderers. I'm Endri, and thank you for joining me as we wander through some more Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic II, and we are on the Lightside run. All right, let's get the rest of the way out of this facility, if at all possible, please. And I still much prefer rapid shot to power shot. I don't know if it makes too much of a difference at this point, to be honest. Just my personal preference.
Yeah, I'm picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there?
What kind of readings?
The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels.
How much time do I have?
I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
Uh-oh. That's not good. We can, as always, take care of those mines by using Stun Droid. Is a pity. I would like to pick up a couple of those mines, but we don't have the option. So what that's going to cost us, if anyone is curious, is no matter how good your security skill is, you can't open it. You have to blast it open with a sonic charge. We will be unable to do so. We are missing that chest because we don't have an explosive skill. Does it matter? No, not really. There's nothing unique or special in that chest. It just kind of shows that it's important to have a wide variety of skills with the people that you're traveling with. There we go. He apparently was in the blast radius. Seemed a little far away for me, but, you know. Whatever the game wants to do, I will take the kill. Alright, some more credits. No complaints. Ooh, persistent chamber. Very nice. Can't use it on this gun, but we will be able to use it eventually. Let's get out of here before the tunnels explode, shall we? Well then, we have a body. We have a droid. I think those two might be connected.
It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
How do you know me? I'm not your master.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Who was your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
What happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Why don't you tell me anyway?
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
How come I don't remember any of this?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Incapacitated?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
Drug? What do you mean drugged?
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
Care to explain how I was locked in the cargo hold?
Clarification, by locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
Okay, what happened next?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Any idea what attacked the small freighter?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure.
And, what was this freighter that the Harbinger brought on board?
Explanation? I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
Raise your hand if you believe that explanation. I don't.
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
How so?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
How did they find out I was a Jedi?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
Unpleasantness? What are you talking about?
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Then what happened?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
So what happened to the rest of the miners?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough? What do you mean?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are there any left alive?
Answer: I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
Then I need to get in there and rescue them.
It is unlikely any miners remain alive. As I said, the dormitory has been cut off from the rest of the facility, as has the hangar bay. There is no escape.
Can we contact them using a comlink?
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
Satisfaction?
Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master. It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives.
We don't know what happened to them. We need to find out.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
Those miners could be hurt or in danger. We need to make sure they're all right.
Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
I'm going to find those miners, and you're going to help me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
All right, so how do I get the code for the airlock?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed, musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printed?
Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
You said you already know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
Then how can I bypass the voice print?
Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
I had some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Well, that was one of the trees. Let's try, let's see. We've done this one, we've done this one. What are you?
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
What's a translation droid doing on Paragus?
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
And what have you determined?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Paragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
Wait all you want, but I'm getting out of here on my own.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be nailed down with a droid-level precision to prevent your escape.
I had some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Have you seen a T3 unit?
Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
I do love the HK units. The unit was last seen near the hangar.
Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Then maybe you can answer something else for me.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Let's see. What's that body there?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams?
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
Wait, if you could play back his voice, can't you speak the voice code?
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Right. Persuade. That's why. Believed to possess?
Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code.
We'll deal with those later.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Alright, we got some Lightside points. It's always nice. And we'll get some credits off of him. Nothing says Lightside like looting the dead, right? And grab some components real quick. just in case for some reason we do actually want to make something. With the protocol droid's help, I finished work on the sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using its ability to record and playback voices to override the droid's voice print protocols. Get a little bit of XP. Do we have anything we can put on here? Nothing for that one, and nothing for that one. Well, boo. So that workstation is not going to be incredibly useful to us. Now, let's talk to the HK droid.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Let's see here. We're going to have him play back this again. We're going to go through this again. And the fact that you can mimic voices is pretty impressive. What would it sound like if you did speak the code to the console?
Proud answer. Master, I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1V5.
There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Yes, I think that's all I'll need.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
I'll be going now. Hey. Excellent. Oh, we can level up. Fantastic. I'm going to start with Con. Yep, I'm going to start with Con. Just because I think some of the better implants require you to have 18 Con. And the implants are quite nice. So we've maxed out... So that's stun. This is stun droid. Force Aura is actually pretty good. Burst of Speed is pretty good. Force of Valor is pretty good. You can't get healed for a while. Mind Trick, Force Screen, throw a lightsaber. I think... yeah, I think we're gonna grab Force Valor, because this is... Yeah, this is for yourself, this is for your party. I'm gonna grab Force Valor. Alright. Let's head through this door and see what else is out here. Oh look, droids. Oh, good. That poison grenade is actually really bad. Oof. We're gonna hide over here for a bit. We're gonna use a bunch of these because I was not expecting to get poisoned. Alright. We're probably okay now. Oh, it saved. That's not good. Saved twice. That's really not good. Yeah, there we go. That took care of it. Yeah, we're not... because we're ranged, we have a few problems when it comes to things like grenades. But that's alright. We'll be okay. Neural pacifier. Oh, that's a neat thing to have. Anything off you guys? Nope. And what do we have here? Those look mean. I'm sure we'll be okay. Yeah. They look mean, but they're not really any more dangerous than the other ones. Oh, let's unlock this door. What's the worst that could happen? I could fail my security check because I'm still in combat. Oh no! A droid! It's saved! You are annoying. Please die. There we go. Oh, we've attracted friends. Actually, rather not engage that in melee. There we go, we've gotten through it. Shield. Alright. All done? All done. Good. Oh boy. That's some easy XP. So some of the XP we can actually get that the other character cannot because we have ranged items and can therefore actually get the 100 experience points that these are worth by killing them before they detonate themselves. Alright. And that is the door to the airlock that is sealed via voice print, as we found out. This, by the way, leads back to administration. We don't actually care that much. Let's go ahead and open this up, though. Reflex package. I don't think there's anything in there that we care about too much. Yeah, +1 reflex. I'm good. Alright, let's enter the voice print code, shall we?
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
And there we go. So if we log out, we just got 250 XP. Excellent. Access the maintenance log, shall you? And, yeah, let's take a look.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior cores, so there's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off. Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in med bay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. That can't be good. Everyone knows that all the Jedi who followed Revan fell to the dark side. Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Kotor. Kotor said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shot down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think Kotor and his men are going to give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid, and he seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Kotor wouldn't. With the protocol droid's help, I made some upgrades to the sonic imprint sensor, using some of the droid's vocabulator subroutines. In addition to its ability to store and record voices, it now has the droid's full array of alien languages, including Basic. Should prove useful as a portable translator. I tried to make sure the protocol unit got some credit for helping fashion it, but the droid refused, saying the work was reward enough. I was thinking of installing the prototype in one of the mining droids as a test, and see what happens. When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, but I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code. The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it, though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility, and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
I wonder who that could be. There's nothing in here, really. Oh, we just did this. Nothing in here. This is just going to tell us everything's broken, and this is just going to tell us everything's broken, and for fun, let's blow up the console, shall we? Hey, it opened up the airlock. Very nice. And we get 250 more XP. So you can get the XP for inputting the code, exiting, and then coming back in and blowing up the airlock. So that's kind of cool. And let's head to the inner door here. And we will need the spacesuit stored in this locker. Alright. Let's have a fun little walk. Thankfully, much faster than it used to be. They used the same suit in the first game, and man, you were slow. Let's not walk by those, shall we? Let's just hug the outside of the ramp. Those will do damage, and the closer you are to them when you walk by, the more damage they do, so be really careful there. I normally don't get damaged by them, but trust me, it is possible.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility. On the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
I'm right outside the observation window.
Huh? What are you doing out there?
I need to reach the miners in the dormitory section, and this is my only way to get there.
You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick.
What do you mean?
What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paraga's fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path.
Can't you shut them down?
I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if... Now what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
You don't say. Well, we get a little FMV cutscene. We could skip this, but there's no real reason to. Unfortunately, the in-game cutscenes are a bit harder to skip. And oh boy, those look like Republic soldiers, and that means that this guy is probably the reason they're dead. He also seems oddly comfortable being surrounded by those corpses, which I would imagine at this point probably do not smell well. I mean, yeah. We were in that tank for a while, and this all happened before we escaped, and hyperdrive travel does take time, and I mean, really, man, just clean up the bodies. That's gotta reek. Then again, that assumes that he even has a functioning sense of smell. He might not, actually. He does look pretty messed up, and ooh, there's Paragus, isn't it pretty? Yeah, got its crust blown off, now the core is exposed. Oh dear. And here we have one of the more, I would say, pointless cutscenes in the game. You can't skip it, you just get to watch it. And yeah, it just kind of slides on in here, and I'm gonna watch it dock and be like, ooh, fuel line. That'll be neat. We can go follow the fuel line. That being said, it does take a little bit longer than I would like. Mind you, I've sat through this cutscene a few times. I've actually, let's see, there was the original recording I did that I stopped after a while because the quality was so low. And then I actually recorded some of this series before now, and I didn't really like how they were turning out. So this is the next attempt. So this will be the 5th time I've watched this cutscene in recent memory. And it just kind of slowly goes on, showing us our path in. I still think that extendable dock should go a little bit further. It seems dangerous to have a capital ship come that close.
He has come.
completely unnecessary to tell me that, Kreia. Completely unnecessary. Anyway, we're almost to the dormitories, so we'll head on in, and yeah. All about catch us up. These parts are not always going to be equal length. I'm going to try and get to the same point progression-wise in each video, especially when we're doing the same thing. Many times the distinction between the two is more dialogue choice than it is actions. There will be a couple of times that that's not actually true, where we'll be taking completely different quest lines. We'll see that especially Telos. But other than that, they're usually pretty analogous to each other, so we'll actually be able to keep up pretty well as to where each of them has stopped. But we'll loot this room real quick, see if we find anything useful. Just energy shields, nothing particularly great, but I think that's where we will call it a part. So I hope you're all enjoying it so far, and until our paths cross again, have fun and stay safe, everyone.